Nice to meet you.
About your band, because you're kind of labeled as a black metal band.
That is
So
true.
what does it mean?
To us, black metal is mainly about the attitude,
Yeah.
how to do things,
Yeah.
music-wise, image-wise, and basically the whole lifestyle.
Yes. Is the kind of Satanism part of it, or the kind of Lucifer,
For some, yes.
but that's not necessary.
Anti-religion is a strong
Yeah.
theme also. All the organized religions are at fail, in a sense, in our point of view.
Okay.
So
yes.
True faith is something else than what is written in books or told in churches or
Yeah.
temples.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. Because,
basically, you should find it within yourself
yeah.
and not believe what someone else tells you.
Yeah.
The thing about the metal mess or the metal mass, there's a problem in the church, not with the music, because I think the church is betraying their ideals. They should not be doing this because it's the music of their enemy, and basically they're selling their own ideals coming into this scene. They're trying to desperately hold on to people who are leaving the church, the state church,
Yes. Yeah.
because the church hasn't got much to do with faith anymore. It's mainly rituals and collecting taxes.
Yeah.
I don't see particularly anything bad about metal being mainstream in a sense, because it's great music and a great way of people getting to know the music.
Yeah.
Also, but the church and metal music, they don't match in my eyes.
If you know that your music is not going to be commercial, it might be, then you do the music you want, and then if
Yes.
it becomes commercial, that's fine.
You don't betray your roots then.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you are not trying to figure out that if
No.
I sound a little bit like this and that, and I take this and that, and make it into something. And I think that that's already happening here, that you have bands that are planning,
Yeah, unfortunately, because in a sense also metal has become pop music nowadays.
Yeah.
You have structured songs, exactly the hit formula,
Yeah.
verse, chorus, and stuff like that. So that's pretty unfortunate in a sense. But then again, I rather listen to guitar music than pop, techno music or stuff like that,
Yeah. Or humppa.
or humpa. Yeah. But yeah, you asked about our band actually. So should I turn to your camera? Or Enochian Crescent, yeah.
Yes.
The music should be extreme, the lyrics should be extreme, and also the show should have something more than just guys standing around in jeans.
Especially the show.
Especially the show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rebellion, it's of course ever present in metal music.
And it should be.
It should be,
That's
because
I think was gone
that's,
slightly.
Yeah. The thing about the mainstream and rebellion, they are both incompatible.
Yes, yeah. I
In a
agree.
sense, because if you're accepted by the parents and the society and everything, where's the rebellion?
The oldest metalheads are 60. So how do you have the rebel in the music anymore? Because the parents and in some cases their kind of grandparents could be like metalheads.
But the record sales globally have gone down in a larger scale because of the internet and music piracy.
Yeah.
Because I think we have over 100,000 listens on the Last.fm website,
Oh, right.
and only sell thousands of records.
Yeah.
So there's a discrepancy there.
Yeah.
But actually we're quite happy with the way things are now. Because we have a strong following in Finland.
Yeah.
Things are going really well for us in here.
Yeah.
We have nice amount of live gigs. We have enough budget to make records we want,
Yeah.
sound-wise and production-wise and everything. So I don't see any problem.
I wouldn't want to make gigs like every week, because I want to make them special kind of happenings, performances.
Yeah.
And if we made gigs regularly, I think it would diminish the effect.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you describe a special kind of event? What happens in your gigs?
There are lots of stuff. Blood. I cut myself with scissors, and there's a rain of feathers and such.
Yeah.
And we have those Omega flags there.
Yeah.
So you're very visual.
Yeah. There are lots of planned happenings at every show, and mainly, of course, our vocalist is the orchestra meister in there because his hands are not tied, and he's a very good at conjuring up these images and very strong vision of how band should look like on stage.
And I like the idea that I've influenced some of our listeners to also cut themselves, and so that's
Is the black metal European thing? Or is there American?
It's American. It's a global scene. There are also Asian black metal bands who tend to be most extreme bands, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think it's in their mindset somehow. But the most extreme attitudes come from the Asian bands nowadays, I think.
You know the band Black Widow?
Yes, we do.
Do you like that?
Come to the Sabbath.
Exactly,
come to the Sabbath, Satan's
because
there.
That's something
very great.
That freaked me out when I was a kid. Like you know, that of course it had nothing to do with metal, but they were really kind of dark and and like you know, weird and magical and mystical band and dangerous and.
Finland was quite strong in that Lutheran sense that
you
when you were young,
punished.
When you were a young kid, you were scared. Scared shitless with those stories basically, and it was a really strong feeling when you actually got to broke out of, you know, the old formula that you were brought into, the old box.
Because it's really harmful actually, because it's taken me a long time to kind of be happy about things without waiting the God to punish me, because that was the Finnish way, that if you're gonna become like, you know, proud and happy, then God will punish you. And that's like, you know, that's how Finns are brought up, and that's really horrible.
It's totally changed nowadays, you know.
Thank God.
Or
something. Thank some entity.
Thank the crystal skull.
Lyrics depend on, of course, whoever the guy writes them, because all we have our own personal experiences and whatever motivates us to write stories. And with our vocalist, he's very physical in a sense, I think in his approach.
It's more about direct devil worship or self-mutilation and the others.
For me it's quite much about dark poetry and occult, and what I've studied or read at the time when I'm writing the lyrics, or sometimes personal experiences also. I'm pretty much inspired also by old English poetry and stuff like that, so John Keats holds a special meaning for me, and I try to write the way he did in a way.
Do you like horror movies? Because I'm a big fan of, like, you know,
of course.
My all-time favorite is The Evil Dead, and from the newer movies, The Spanish Wreck.
No, The Evil Dead is great. I bought all three of them and I watched them, like, you know.
Unlike the first, I've seen it about 20-30 times, I think.
And the third one is too much kind of Hollywood.
So where's the connection with heavy metal
and horror?
They both break the rules of convention in a sense. They bring something else to a normal life, you know. They show you what's under the bed and in the closet, you know.
That's a very good answer, thank you.
No problem. Happy to serve.
Probably one of these things that is quite hard to kind of put in words, that if you have a metal set of mind, that how you see differently things like Giger's art, that a lot of people find it very disturbing. I don't. I think it's really beautiful. And
for me, my favorite is Witkin, Joel Peter Witkin. He took photographs usually about dead or deformed people.
Oh, right.
And in a way, to you, you're talking still about philosophy, but to you, it's much more of a lifestyle in general.
Yeah, it's kind of strange nowadays since it's so accepted. I also work professionally every day in an office in a manager position, and I used to be very silent about my off the work hobbies or lifestyle, but nowadays everybody knows and nobody cares. So
that's really
it's
cool.
kind of interesting.
Is there something that hasn't been asked from you that you would like to say about the music or
the scene or your lifestyle or your...
Nothing comes to mind right now.
No. I think it's been a nice, good talk with nothing planned beforehand, so everything that has come has bubbled up from the inside, and when you said on the phone that there's nothing pre-prepared, so we approached this in the same way. We didn't think about anything beforehand. We just came in and started talking when you started asking.